The movie begins with a guy named Nock doing division by zero with his girlfriend and asking her not to betray him while on vacation in Italy. Giulio also does division by zero and asks his girlfriend to be faithful. Once the girlfriends go to Europe, the guys start having fun by throwing rowdy parties. Soon after, they are invited to the wedding of Nock's relative. At a celebration of this scale, there are stars and even the president of Mexico. But the guys are much more interested in a beautiful woman. Unfortunately, the friends discover that Luisa is married to Nock's cousin. Not paying much attention to this, the guys offer the woman to have fun and spend the weekend on the beach of the Gates of Paradise, but are refused. After the gala event, Luisa goes to the hospital and takes tests to understand the reason for her poor health. In the evening, she is bored all alone, when suddenly there is a phone call. Her beloved husband has had too much to drink and is crying, regretting his betrayal. Alejandro confesses that he betrayed her on a business trip with another girl. Not wanting to continue this conversation, Luisa throws the phone so that Alejandro cannot be reached. The woman painfully experiences the betrayal because she is having a hard time without it. In the morning, she calls Nock and asks if he and his friend have gone to the beach. Luisa has changed her mind and is ready to go to the beach with the guys on the condition that they pick her up in a couple hours. Nock and Giulio invited the hottie to a fictional beach to take care of business, but now have to find a way out of the situation, trying to turn their words and promises into the truth. Nock calls Giulio and informs him that Luisa is ready to go on an exciting trip with them. Having paid for transportation, the guys go to the nearest supermarket to buy food, drinks, and, of course, rubber bands for hair. A little later, they visit a friend to suggest a vacation beach that Saba has repeatedly told them about. Under the influence of fun things, the friend is hardly oriented on the map, and they cannot understand where exactly is the promised Gates of Paradise, having to rely only on luck. A little later, the guys meet Luisa and go to a gas station, where Giulio jokes with his friend, forcing him to run after the car. During the trip, they actively communicate, which allows the guys to get to know the woman better. She confesses that she never considered herself smart, yet she worked as a dental technician and provided for her needs before marriage without help. Alejandro was annoyed by his wife's education, as he brought in interesting and versatile personalities that she had nothing to talk about. Trying to be sincere, the guys admit that they are in a relationship with girls who are now on vacation in Italy. Giulio and Nock also have a so-called men's club which operates according to clearly defined rules in the manifesto. In the evening, they stop in a small town to have dinner and spend the night in a nearby motel. The friends share a room for two, and a woman occupies a separate room. Despite their behavior, the guys are convinced that Anna and Cecilia are not betraying them on vacation in Italy. At the same time, they are happy to do business with Luisa. Deciding to engage an experienced woman, the friends rush to the next room. But through the broken window, they notice that she is crying bitterly and realize that now is not the best moment to do so. The next morning, the woman asks the guys to get out of bed soon, as time is running out and they are still not at the beach. After going on a trip, the trio smokes and spoils themselves to be more simple and relaxed in their communication. They continue to reveal their secrets and secrets of the past, both in something less significant and in their personal lives. The guys admit to betraying their girlfriends, but won't name names. The partner is happy to share memories, but she has no colorful stories, as she only had one boyfriend before meeting her husband, who died in a car accident. As they continue toward the beach, the trio repeatedly see roadblocks of police and military arresting various people. A woman experiences her problems and distracts herself from them in a pleasant company, and the guys dream of an experienced lady who can fulfill their fantasies. Soon, Luisa stops hiding her interest in the guys and notices the interesting state of Nock dozing off in the backseat. Sensing the woman's interest, the guys try to impress her by bragging about their love affairs. Soon, the car's engine boils over and they have to stop to take it in for repairs. At a nearby hotel, Luisa calls home and leaves a farewell voicemail for her husband. Nock takes a shower and realizes he forgot his shampoo and Giulio isn't in the room. With no way out, the guy turns to Luisa for help, and they use the opportunity to cheer themselves up. The woman asks Nock to remove the towel and hurt her. The inexperienced guy obeys, and a spark between the two, resulting in the pair engaging in a division by zero. Not noticing that Giulio witnessed what happened. Giulio is jealous of Nock and the woman because he is engaged in division by zero with his cousin's wife. Giulio would dream of being in his place, but Luisa chose another. While swimming in the pool, Julio decides to hurt his friend and confesses that he did the division by zero with his girlfriend. In the evening, Nock decides to find out the details of the cheating, resulting in a fight between the guys. A little later, Julio realizes that he was wrong and apologizes, explaining the accidental connection by the influence of alcohol. In the morning, the trio continues their exciting journey, during which Luisa learns of Julio and Nock's quarrel. In an attempt to remedy the situation, she takes a backseat to cheer up aboard Julio. Nock resents what is happening and is jealous of the woman, believing she belongs only to him. Stopped on the side of the road, the guy runs out of the car and hides behind a tree, but begins to show interest and peeks at the couple. At the same time, Luisa and Julio share a zero, but the process does not take more than 10 seconds, which does not allow the lady to enjoy. A minute later, Luisa goes to Nock and calms him down, reminding him that she doesn't want to hurt anyone. She could have not done it, but she knew that each of the guys dreamed of having an experience with an adult woman. Luisa has realized their dream and doesn't want the guys to fight. Along the way, Nock confesses that he shared zero with his best friend's girlfriend, which enrages Julio. He stops and tries to break down the door to attack the traitor, realizing that the guys are not adhering to the manifesto and commandment of the men's club, breaking the prohibition against coveting their neighbor's woman. Luisa takes her things and leaves. Realizing that she cannot be lost, the guys negotiate a temporary truce and catch up with the woman, agreeing to live by her rules. As night falls, Julio doesn't realize where to go next and turns onto a dirt road, believing it will allow him to trick Luisa. At one point, the car gets stuck in the sand and the trio spend the night inside. Waking up early in the morning, Luisa is overjoyed as they still manage to find the ocean and get stuck near the shore. Back at camp, the trio has fun and enjoys the beautiful scenery. Luisa sunbathes without clothes, but does not allow the guys to get close because they are guilty and do not deserve forgiveness. A little later, a boat appears on the shore with a married couple and their children. Mabel and Chu offer to vacation at the gates of Paradise Beach, which pleases Nock and Julio. Luisa helps the woman take care of the children and dreams of having a child of her own, but realizes that this is impossible for certain reasons. The boys play soccer with Chu and return to the shore in the evening, noticing that their camp has been ravaged by pigs. Not only have they destroyed the tent, but they have also ravaged their food supplies, resulting in the trio having to go to visit a married couple. Luisa calls her husband again to talk about the betrayal. Alejandro apologizes, but the woman offers to forget about her because she is going to leave him anyway. At the same time, she cries a lot, as she still loves her husband. A little later, the trio is relaxing at a summer cafe and abusing alcohol, causing their conversations to become more and more explicit. Luisa admits that guys have a lot to learn to do division by zero for longer than 10 seconds. Nock admits that he has practiced division by zero with his best friend's girlfriend not once, but regularly. Julio states that he has engaged in division by zero not only with his comrade's girlfriend, but also with his mother. This frank conversation does not aggravate the situation, but helps the guys to make up, becoming friends again. In honor of this, the woman turns on the music and invites Nock and Julio to dance. Feeling interested, they go to the bedroom, where the guys kiss the experienced woman. She is ready for bold experiments, so the trio engages in division by zero, with no barriers, no prejudices, no complexes. In the morning, Nock remembers what he did with his friend, and he feels nauseous. The guys do not really want to communicate with each other and decide to return to the capital as soon as possible, and Luisa decides to stay longer as a guest. Back in Mexico City, Nock and Julio stop communicating. They break up with their girlfriends because of constant lying and betrayal, after which they start a new relationship. Having entered the university, the guys meet again in a cave. Nock reports that Luisa left this world a month after their trip. As it turns out, she had cancer and she knew it. It was most likely her last attempt to enjoy life. After talking, the friends agree to continue communicating, but lie to each other as they will never meet again. This is the end of the movie. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and like if you found it interesting.